It's a sunny summer Sunday. Welcome to Super Shawfield, and tonight's fair is a Home Fire League match between the Clyde 2 Tigers and the Middlesbourgh Bears. They've already met this season in the Gold Cup and the Tigers won that one. The Bears think they can get their revenge. We're hoping for a nice match to match up with the excellent conditions, and we'll be going with the opening race in just a moment.
Well, Mark, are you pretty nervous about your new team position?
Yeah, just a bit. I think I've been nervous wherever I went. It's a long time since I've been out.
Is it as much of a surprise to you as it is to the people behind me that you're riding at number 6?
For tonight, yes. I expected maybe to go out in second half, just to have a run, because I've not been against team lads for 4 or 5 years now. So I've had no team experience. I don't know how fast I'm going, so I would have liked to have been out at reserves just to see how well I went.
Best of luck, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
Well, Daz, looking forward to this evening?
Yeah, certainly.
Hoping to do a bit better than the last time?
No, I got 11, that'll do.
Gate number 1, the Clyde 2 Tigers have won the toss, and Steve Lawson, the skipper, has chosen to plonk himself in gate number 1 for the opening race. Next to him it's Steve Ridgeling, who's the skipper of the Bears, and these two are joint track record holders here. Gate 3 it's Mick Powell, and gate 4 his fellow Aussie Mark Lemon. Lawson's gated, I think, but Ridgeling's right there with him at the first corner, and Ridgeling bursts round Lawson into the lead. Mick Powell comes round into second. And Steve Ridgeling's had his ups and downs in form recently, but he looks as spectacular and impressive as ever on that first lap there. His partner Mark Lemon, though, having a disappointing year, and he's trailing in this one, so the Tigers are sharing the race. Steve Ridgeling, top man with extra the last 2 or 3 seasons, switched to the Bears this year and hasn't had things quite as smooth as he's accustomed to. Mick Powell looking quite threatening in second place for the Tigers as they go into the final lap. It would be a marvellous effort if Mick could catch Steve Ridgeling. He's still got a fair bit of work to do as they head into the last corner. And he can't really do anything about Ridgeling's lead, but it's a good ride by Mick Powell nevertheless, in a shared race. A satisfactory start, certainly for the first 3 finishers there.
A successful start by one of the joint track record holders. He had a mishap in his first race in the Gold Cup meeting here.
Heat 2, Duncan Chapman is on gate 1 for the Bears. Gate 2, it's debut ride for the Tigers for Mark Buzz Burrows, the popular former Edinburgh and Middlesbrough rider, stepping into the breach for the Tigers, who've sacked Dane Tim Corneliuson within the last week or so. Gate 3 it's Paul Pickering, and in gate 4 it's Jason Strawn, and we're joined by Hugh Brown for his thoughts and comments. He'll be chipping in from time to time. Burrows has made a good start. He's gone for the front round the first corner. Paul Pickering's challenging, and Duncan Chapman as well. And Buzz has hit the third corner. He's always one to rush in where angels fear to tread, and that's paying off for him at the moment. And Paul Pickering's fallen, and Jason Strawn, I think, had to lay down there. Is that how you saw it?
Yes, indeed, Mike. I think that was exactly what happened, and strangely enough, our referee this evening, oh no, he has in fact switched on the yellow exclusion light now. I think that was the inevitable outcome of that particular fall there, Paul Pickering. causing Jason Strawn to, as you say, lay down, and Paul Pickering has indeed been excluded.
So it's heat 2 again, and Paul Pickering out. Duncan Chapman on his own against Buzz Burrows and Jason Strawn. Oh, and Mark was a wee bit over eager at the start that time, and the tapes went up at the wrong moment for him. So Duncan Chapman goes to the front. Always unfortunate when a rider who was leading doesn't get away in the rerun, but it happens frequently. When Middlesbourgh were here in the Gold Cup, the riders were falling all over the place. We've had one down so far. Duncan Chapman looking quite comfortable here. Mark Burrows trying to get past Jason Strawn. Jason looks as though he's not too keen on the idea.
I wonder how much watering was done to the track earlier on today, Mike, if any, in fact, because that will play a big part. Track conditions will be very important tonight.
Certainly a lovely day, and I presume it's been like that all day. So Duncan Chapman wins heat 2 by a large margin in the end. The Tigers, of course, share it, and the score stays level.
Yes, 6 points apiece.
Well, all are looking to be even there in the rerun of heat number 2.
I think it'll take a while for Mark Burrows to settle, obviously, into the team. He really has been thrown in at the deep end to replace Tim Corneliuson.
Well, near the last time Glasgow met Middlesbrough, we beat them. Do you think they can do the same tonight?
Yeah, I'm sure we can. I mean, we just, again, Speedway, we've got to get stuck in and do the job right. And, you know, it's a nice hot day today. You know, I hope it doesn't bait the track too much. And I think really, you know, it should be a good match, and we'll be able to do it, no problem.
Glasgow, the inclusion of an unknown rider, Mark Burrows.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, he made a good gate in the first one, and you know, a couple of guys that fell off kind of thing, and he stopped it. Unfortunately, he didn't make the same kind of gate, and I think, you know, it'll come on good. At least he was trying, and he was mixing it a little bit. So yeah, he should be all right.
As I said, Glasgow met Middlesbrough before in this season. Who does the main challenge come from in the team?
Well, there's usually, you know, 3 of them. Dave Cheshire does some there, and I would say not forgetting Steve Redglin.
Gate number 3, recent comeback man Shane Bowes comes into gate number 1. Gate 2, it's Donny Too Tall Odom, that's his nickname, not my comment. Gate 3, it's Robert Nash for the Tigers, and gate 4 is David Cheshire. And a colourful looking foursome they are at the gate. And it's the Tigers with David Cheshire, and Bowes and Nash have gone to the front. And the Bears made a rather poor first corner there, both of them. And Robert Nash leads, and he's developing into a formidable force round Shawfield. 3 wins and an inch and fire last week. Shane Bowes finding his form again. He scored 9 points down at Berwick last night in a challenge fixture and looked in good form. And he's carrying it on here. David Cheshire is now mounting some kind of challenge. And quite a stiff one it might be if he keeps it going. Robert Nash is well clear. Shane Bowes keeping his eye on David Cheshire.
And Shane was awarded the Mr. Entertainer trophy last night down at Berwick in that challenge match you mentioned, Mike, and deservedly so.
He looks very comfortable there, and it's a really pretty easy 5-1 to the Tigers. I'm sure Shane had quite a lot in reserve there. Tigers leading by 11 points to 7, and that was a very encouraging race for them.
Okay, Jimmy, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me a young man. I'm sure many of you were rather alarmed last Sunday evening. He took a tumble, more than a tumble. He's back on his feet. Stuart Coleman, how are you, Stuart?
Well, not so bad, bit bruised, battered, but no bones broke.
Do you just take it as one of the hazards of the occupation?
Yeah, it's a bit hazards, but it happens.
From all accounts, it was a pretty horrific smash. It was a rider behind who actually caught you.
I don't know much about it. I banged my head when I came off a bike, and I was out after that, so I didn't feel anything until I sort of came round in the hospital. So
But you're as fit as a fiddle.
Just about.
When can we expect to see you back racing again?
Hopefully Wednesday, but my hand's still pretty sore.
But tonight then, going well so far. That's a first win, a double there, first and second place. Can we continue it?
I think so. I mean, Robert was looking quite good at Berwick last night, and so was Shane. So I think that's us. We're on the way now.
This is heat 4, and it's top tiger Neil Collins going from gate number 1. Gate 2 does Sumner for the Bears. Gate 3, second ride for Mark Burrows. And gate 4, Paul Pickering. Mark Burrows looking very anxious once again at the start. He's not too badly away, and he sweeps inside Paul Pickering, who falls for the second time, and Mark Burrows has gone into second place. In fact, he's gone into first place. So Neil Collins might be thinking about a team ride here with Daz Sumner in third. And one thing about Daz, he always tries to pass on the inside, so if Neil Collins can cover that, he might help Mark Burrows to his first win for the Tigers.
Poor old Paul Pickering, 2 falls in his 2 outings so far. But he did, however, deprive Mark Burrows of a win in the original staging of heat number 2.
Neil Collins doing a good job of covering Mark Burrows, but he's putting himself at risk here. Daz Sumner's right there. It's a very unselfish ride by Neil Collins. Paul Pickering's fallen again, believe it or not, on the last corner. In danger of getting in the way there. But Mark Burrows has won it. A terrific ride by Neil Collins. Not noted for his team riding, I don't think. But a 5-1 and a very entertaining one for the Tigers, if not for Paul Pickering.
Yes, and Buzz Burrows looks absolutely delighted, indeed surprised about that win, his first win in a race jacket for the Clyde 2 Tigers. And that will give him a great deal of confidence for the rest of the meeting, I have no doubt.
Well, Ian, obviously there's been a change in the lineup of the Tigers this evening. Is this going to be a change in fortune?
Well, we certainly hope so. That's just 2 rides so far for Matt Burrows. Unlucky in heat 2, winning when the race was stopped. Come out and win heat 4, beating a fairly good rider in Daz Sumner. Certainly doesn't look frightened to put himself about. So we're looking for a change of fortunes, I think.
Heat number 5 from the inside is Mark Lemon, gate 1, Robert Nage, gate 2, Steve Ridgeling, gate 3, and Shane Bowes on the outside in gate 4, and a strong looking and interesting race here. Steve Ridgeling, very fast winner of heat number 1, and Mark Lemon capable of better than we saw in the opening race as well.
And Bowes and Nage, of course, a winning pairing in their first outing together in heat number 3.
Start from the outside, and Robert Nage has gone with him. Steve Ridgeling was on the move at the start, but it didn't do him any good. He's back in third. And Mark Lemon's at the rear again, even though he had the inside gate there. Mark was one of the brightest newcomers last year. He's having a very disappointing season so far. Mark Lemon indeed has fallen off in Paul Pickering's spot. And these 2 Tigers look a formidable pairing indeed as they comfortably head Steve Ridgeling. No problems. Third 5-1 on the trot.
Yes, and the 2 of them looking very easy indeed as they cruised round the Shawfield track, the 4 laps. Robert Nage and Shane Bowes.
Clyde 2 Tigers stars coming off that back fence together.
Gate number 6, it's Daz Sumner on the inside gate this time for the Bears, and Daz is a man who could well do something. He can get a decent start. Gate 2, it's Mick Powell. Gate 3, a reserve change by the Bears, bringing in Paul Pickering to replace Duncan Chapman, and Gate 4, it's Steve Lawson. And it is Daz Sumner just ahead, but Mick Powell in a position to strike, and Steve Lawson as well. And the Tigers have gone round the outside into the first and second positions once more. Sumner trying to fight back, but Steve Lawson's having none of that. And news on Paul Pickering is that he's still on this time. So the Tigers making mincemeat of the opposition so far. And if there are any Bears supporters in the stadium, they must be rather disappointed with their side's fairly feeble efforts so far.
Of course, Mike, when Middlesbrough were here at Shawfield back on the 12th of April in the Gold Cup, they were defeated by 51 points to 39. I think the margin, if it continues in this vein tonight, will be much larger for the Clyde 2 Tigers.
Could well be. Big 5-1 there, the 4th on the trot, and 26-10 the score. Paul Pickering did 4 laps, but it might be his last 4 laps of the senior match.
They held them out again. They closed them down, scoring another crucial handful of heat points for heat number 6.
Heat number 7, Donny Odums on gate 1 for the Bears. Gate 2, Neil Collins. Gate 3, David Cheshire. Gate 4, Neil's 5-1 partner from his previous race, Mark Burrows. Again looking anxious at the start and missing it completely that time. So Neil Collins goes to the front. Mark Burrows riding right up the back of Donny Odom. So Neil Collins leads, and his partner is left to fight from the rear if he can, and Mark's looking very impressive there. For a rider that's been out of action for so long.
He'll have a job getting past the gangly Californian, though, Mike, Donny Odom, who is such a big lad.
Takes up plenty of the track, there's no doubt about that. But Mark's not given up, he never did give up. He's still got that scarf trailing behind him. He's having a blast. Oh dear, right up in there, that's the old Mark Burrows, oh my word.
Well, he totally lost it there, didn't he?
Yeah, now that one will have to be stopped. I think we're on the last lap, are we?
Yes, we are. So it's probably an awarded race.
We've seen Mark have many such tumbles, and thankfully, touch wood, he always seems to be okay. That'll endear him even more to the Tigers fans, I think.
But I
and if
suspect
his bike's bent, it doesn't matter because it's always bent anyway.
You were telling me earlier on it's probably held together by a few bits of string and tape anyway.
That's right.
I think referee Gus McLeod will award that race since we were on the final lap.
Well, I've just seen you taking a bit of a tumble. How are you?
Yes, just a little bit aching on my knees. Otherwise, just shook up, I'll be alright.
The safety fence has certainly come off the worst in this.
I'm glad to hear it, rather him than me.
Okay, thanks a lot. Well, it's one of Middlesbrough's riders. What seems to be going on tonight?
Oh, well, if we knew. I don't know what's wrong, really. None of us are making the starts, and that's pretty much it because there's no dirt on the track. It's just, it's so slick, it's a one-line track. I don't think you've seen one pass yet out of all the races, so it's pretty much out of the start, and that's who's going to win.
Last time you were here, you didn't have a very good meeting. Are you enjoying yourself better tonight?
Well, last time I was here, I got no points and a crash, and but this time, I mean, it's a little bit better. I feel a lot more comfortable riding, but I'm just not, getting out of the start. It's kind of disappointing.
Okay, well, hope things get better.
I do too. See you later.
Heat number 8, we've had a delay for Finch repair, successfully carried out. That always was the danger with bringing Mark Burrows back into the side. And the riders who are in this one are Duncan Chapman going from gate number 1, Jason Strawn gate 2 with rumours about the state of the rear of his leathers. Gate 3 is Mark Lemon, and gate 4 is Mick Powell. And everybody's got a good start except Jason Strawn. Duncan Chapman leads. Mick Powell goes storming around him. A powerful first corner, and Mick looking in great form tonight. The Bears settling into second and third at the moment. Duncan Chapman is the man in second.
Yes, and Mick scoring 5 points from his first 2 rides. And I have heard rumours that he may well be riding for his team place as well. It may well be that the team changes in the Glasgow Clyde 2 Tigers are not yet complete. And although Robert Schillig is not in the team at the moment, who knows, he may well come back. We shall find out in the forthcoming weeks. So Mick Powell determined to put together a really high score tonight.
He's flying into the last lap well clear. It's a very strung out one, this. A really impressive ride by Mick Powell. .32.16 the score, and more waving practice for Mick after this one, no doubt.
No doubt. And it's not as though, Mike, that the Middlesbrough Bears are a poor team or a weak team. They certainly have some experience about them. It's just that the Tigers are really going great guns tonight.
We can't concentrate on commentating for being fed from the side.
This is it. The coffee and the chips have arrived. Now, last week here at Shawfield, we explained to you about Shawfield pies. Tonight, it could well be the much maligned Shawfield chip.
This is heat 9, and Mark Burrows has bounced back. He's going from the inside gate here. Same bike. Gate 2, it's going to be Steve Ridgeling once he stops checking his motor. Gate 3, it'll be Shane Bowes, who's unbeaten after 2 races. And on gate 4, does Sumner. Steve Ridgeling in here as a tactical substitute. And he's made an excellent start, and Daz Sumner's gone with him. So a test for Shane Bowes here. Trying to have a double round the outside. Usually got plenty speed, Shane, and he's prepared to give it a go. Steve Ridgeling covering him. Mark Burrows getting into big bother at the rear, and he's lost it now, and I think virtually pulled out of the race.
Yes, he's ground to a halt, Mike, now, or almost to a halt. Bowes pressing hard on Steve Ridgeling.
Really putting the pressure on. Super riding by Shane Bowes. He's not quite through though. Ridgeling just holds on. Tremendous race for second place. And Shane lost it a bit there. A really bold effort. Daz Sumner's oblivious to all this. He's going to pick up the 3. Shane Bowes having another go around the outside. He'll cut up the inside as well. Can he possibly get there? Yes, he has. Terrific stuff, and that's the style we remember from last season. He's right back on song now. What a great second place, and a terrific race as well.
That just proves that Shane Bowes never gives up. He had at least 5 or 6 goes at Steve Ridgeling throughout that race without success, and just when it looked as though Steve Ridgeling was going to capture second place, there was Shane cutting back round the inside line to take him on the line. But very sportingly, Steve Ridgeling has shaken hands with Shane Bowes to let him know that that was a marvellous ride.
Well, Shane, you seem to pull them out of the bag when they're least expected.
Yeah, I was having a good ride with Steve. I missed the start a bit. I lifted a bit. And I had the speed on him. And I nearly got him once before, and but I just didn't have that bit. Just had that little bit extra on me. Then I followed him down on the last lap into the 3rd corner, and I went in pretty hard. And I seen him. He made a bit of he nearly slid off. Actually, he went down. So I quickly cut back because I knew there was a bit of dirt coming out of the 4th corner right on the inside. So I cut back and made a big long straight of it, got on the drivey stuff and just got past him.
Heat number 10, Mick Powell's going from the inside gate here, and he is on a paid maximum. No, he isn't. Sorry, Steve Ridgeling beat him in heat 1. I beg your pardon. He's on 8 points anyway, which is very good. Gate 2, it's Duncan Chapman. Gate 3, it's Steve Lawson. Gate 4, it's Donny Odom. And this top Tigers pairing have gated again. Donny Odom shaping to go round Mick Powell, and he's nearly there. Big Donny trying hard, and he bursts into the third corner. Can he stay on board? He has done. Good effort by Odom. He has a slight tendency to topple over at unfortunate moments. He's looking good there. There's a tremendous burst out the second corner.
He doesn't look as though his body is designed to be on a speedway bike, really, but he certainly makes it pay off at times. I think those third and fourth bends, Mike, have been a little tricky tonight with a few bumpy stretches, and I don't think that helped Mick Powell's cause as Donny Odom went past him.
No. Steve Lawson certainly in his favourite position. No problems at all for him. And Donny hung on to that second place, so it's a 4-2 to the Tigers. And they're leading 38-22.
Well, heat number 10 ends with another Tigers win.
Well, Steve, there doesn't seem to be many problems this evening for the Tigers.
No, it's going all right, yeah. I'm feeling a bit limp at the moment. It's hot out there. I don't know. I'm not used to this weather. It's always for these young Aussies. It was all Cumbrians. It's a struggle. It's a pleasure talking to you, Chris. I'll better dash off because the next race is just starting.
Heat number 11. On the inside, it's Jason Strawn this time. Gate 2's tactical substitute, the third and three heats, Daz Sumner for the Bears. Gate 3, Neil Collins, and he is on a paid maximum so far. And Gate 4, it's Steve Ridgeling. Having a discussion with the starting marshal, who would like him to come up to the line. Steve wants to wait till everybody else is ready.
And Daz Sumner, of course, winner of his last outing in Heat 9 against Shane Bowes and Mark Burrows.
Have got the better of that start. Steve Ridgeling burst from Gate 4, and Daz Sumner's gone with him. So Neil Collins is going to have to fight from the back, something that he's famous for. He's right up there with Daz Sumner. I'll not find it easy to get inside Sumner. He may have to choose the route round him, and he's challenging hard here. He's coming right into contention. Sumner's got his eye on him. Neil blasting around the outside again here. Not easy to pass around the outside at Shawfield. Neil's finding that. Don't think he's going to catch them as they come to the final corner. Ridgeling and Sumner lead, and Neil Collins hasn't been able to split them up. So the Bears take a 5-1, and we're seeing a little bit of a fight back from them. Just 12 points in it now, 39-27.
And the tactical substitute, Mike, paying off there for the Bears. An excellent bit of riding from Steve Ridgeling, their captain, and by the tactical substitutes, Daz Sumner.
Heat number 12, David Cheshire, going from Gate 1. We've only seen him twice so far. Capable rider. Gate 2, it's Steve Lawson. Gate 3, Daz Sumner. And Gate 4, Robert Nash. An evenly balanced looking race, but Steve Lawson's made a tremendous start from Gate 2. Not normally a good gate. He leads, and Robert Nash coming bursting down the back straight in exciting style. He's got just about into third. Can he get round Daz Sumner? Lawson leads, and here comes Naj. He's battling away there. Really blasting on the outside. If Steve Lawson knows he's coming, he'll be able to make room for him. Naj has got just alongside Sumner, and I think he might be going past him here. Tremendous battle for second. They're neck and neck. Sumner moves Naj out, but Naj is not to be withheld. What a burst. That was brilliant riding by the Hungarian.
Yes, a bit of Magyar magic there, undoubtedly, Mike.
You had that phrase already, I'm quite sure.
It was one of my ad-lib throwaways.
Well, that was super stuff. And I bet Des Sumner didn't think that was possible around Shawfield. The fans are absolutely delighted. A 5-1, 44-28 the score, and Robert Naj the hero.
Yes, indeed, in the Shawfield crowd cheering away, and why not too, because the team are putting together a very, very creditable performance so far tonight. 12 heats gone.
This is heat number 13, and Steve Ridgeling will come into gate number 1 eventually, I'm quite sure. Gate 2 will be Shane Bowes. Exciting performance so far. Gate 3, Donny Odom, trying hard for the Bears, and Gate 4, Neil Collins. Ridgeling just ahead as they hit the first corner. Donny Odom nips inside there, and as they sort themselves out down the back straight, it's Ridgeling from Collins with Donny Odom right in amongst them as well.
Yeah, it's a bit like Glasgow buses there, Mike. They came in threes along the back straight. It's still very, very tight.
And Donny comes down to a roar from the crowd. I think Shane Bowes touched his foot there, but nobody seems to be worrying about that other than Donny. And he's back on for another go. Well, he's added to the entertainment anyway. Meanwhile, Steve Ridgeling leading, and with a bit of a gap there.
Neil Collins only on 6, paid 7 from his 3 rides so far, so not perhaps the storming success that we've come to expect from Neil so far this season.
Steve Ridgeling wins it, the Tigers share it, and Donny's still going.
What a trier. So it means that that was a shared heat then, 3 points apiece. And looking at the old scoreboard, it takes us to the Glasgow Clyde 2 Tigers on 47 points, and the Middlesbourgh Bears move on to 31.
Gate number 14, Robert Naj is on gate 1 in the luminous red helmet colour. Gate 2 is David Cheshire. Gate 3, Jason Strawn, and Gate 4, Duncan Chapman. David Cheshire's made a decent start, so we could see another battle from the back from Robert Naj, who's trying to avoid Duncan Chapman passing him, and he hasn't managed it, so the Bears are in 1 and 2 at the moment. Robert Naj wants to get onto the outside to get himself wound up, and he's got there now. So there could be some more entertainment coming up here. Not be easy for Naj though. The Bears are going well enough, and the track's getting a bit dry now. 2 laps gone, and he's on Duncan Chapman's tail. Really blasting it there down the back straight. He's almost alongside Chapman now. That's very ambitious. Oh dear. Very tight round the 3rd and 4th corner. Chapman's watching him like a hawk. Tremendous effort again by Naj. Chapman doing everything he can to block him. Naj cuts up the inside, and he's through. What an exciting rider he is. Into second. He's having a go for first as well, is he? And he got second.
Well, he has no fear, obviously, Mike, because that really was a terrific bit of speedway racing. It looked as though that he had no chance at all of getting through into second place, and then he just burst through. Terrific stuff from Robert Naj. A 4-2 to the Middlesbrough Bears, that time in heat number 14. But what an exciting prospect Robert Nash has turned out to be for the Clyde 2 Tigers.
And a one-handed wheelie into the bargain. Heat 15, the nominated race, and the managements have gone for the entertainers here. I think you can say Steve Redgling's on gate 1, he's top scorer for the Bears. Robert Nash for the Tigers in gate 2. Donny Odom getting a shot here. Gate 3 for the Bears, he's made a poor start, and Mick Powell and Robert Nash have gone to the front. Robert understands team riding now and makes a bit of room for Mick Powell to come round the outside. Keeping his eye on his partner there as they complete the first lap. And the Tigers tightly together down the back straight. Steve Ridgeling trying to get into a challenging position.
Both the Tigers currently on 9 points from their 4 rides, although Robert Nash is 9, paid 11.
Ridgeling's still there. Nash covering nicely. We'll have to watch Steve Ridgeling around the outside here, maybe cutting back. No gaps. Fine team riding by this Tigers pair, not their usual heat 15 pair by any means, but a very good ride so far. And they've taken it. Nash and Powell a 5-1 to finish with. A very good ride indeed. And a very entertaining evening's racing altogether. Mainly thanks to the likes of Robert Nash and Shane Bowes coming from the back. Very good indeed.
Yes, indeed, Mike, and I think there will be not much doubt as to where the Mr. Entertainer trophy will be going tonight. The way of Robert Nash, I should think. And the final score from tonight's meeting then, with that 5-1 to the Tigers, stands at the Glasgow Clyde 2 Tigers 54 points. The Middlesbrough Bears on 36 as Robert Nash takes a wheelie and Mick Powell too.
Well, Phil Jeffrey, a popular visitor to Glasgow. How have you enjoyed tonight's meeting?
It's been good. There's been some not bad racing, you know. Robert Nash, he's had a couple of great races at the finish there. It was great to watch, you know. He's really given it everything, and he done well. It was good to watch. Yeah, I just quite enjoyed it. I just came through to have a bit look, try to get. I've been struggling a bit myself lately, so I'm trying to get myself G'd up for tomorrow night.
Oh, we're well into the season already, and how are things going down at Newcastle?
I haven't been going that great, you know. I'm needing to get my finger out and get into it.
What about Newcastle and as a team on the whole?
As a team, they're going pretty good. As a team, going quite good.
Do you miss your days at Shawfield?
Yes, I do. I had a couple of good years, you know. I enjoyed it. It's good.
Yeah, well, it's nice seeing you again, Phil.
Thanks. Top.
Well, Robert, how did you enjoy the meeting this evening?
Very lucky because I had a lot of passes and good start I had, and it's a lot of the times I was the winner, and good the growth. That's all. Enjoy it here.
And how are you enjoying Glasgow?
It's very good because now sun is shining. It's not raining. That's all.
Right. Clarify something first here.
You may indeed clarify whatever you want.
Right, okay. Now, the reference to Garden Gnome implies that I'm a few inches smaller than yourself. Now, when God was making small people, he put the emphasis on quality, okay? Not quantity. Big man.
I don't doubt that for one little minute, sir. You're quite right. I was referring to you as a garden gnome more because of your appearance than anything else. That was all.
Right.
I still wonder why I don't get this lovely, delicious young lady on the right-hand side here. You don't mind if I speak to Melanie, do you?
Because
we told
you before,
when
Melanie
we win
races,
that's
and
right,
meetings, and we only won 2.
Correct. We've dropped top
no
of the league.
Aye,
we
where
are
did
top
we
of
finish?
We are
in the
top.
Gold Cup?
We did it on purpose. We were conning the rest of the teams. Christopher.
Sings.
Goodness.
We were actually top of the averages.
Correct.
The top of the table.
Correct.
See when you turn the Speedway Star upside down.
Exactly.
We were the top
Now
of the
you've
table.
you're a university degree as well. You should have known that.
I know,
Melanie's
I was
only
very
a
good at
gym teacher.
statistics, so. We'll speak to
Well,
Melanie.
come speak to Melanie. Let's go over to Melanie then. Come here, hello, darling.
Hello.
Why are you blushing?
I'm not.
Are you not? Why do you never
Nothing.
interview me now?
Because Chris likes to be controversial and I don't.
You're right, Chris likes to be controversial.
I'm too nice to be controversial.
However, I think I've used up enough footage of this
Yeah,
already,
I think so.
we'll go at that. Will we close
Yeah.
and say, over to you, Melanie?
No, over to me.
Why not? Yeah.
So as the sun sets over Shawfield Stadium this Sunday evening, the crowd here tonight have been entertained by a dazzling display by the home team, the Clyde 2 Tigers, and in particular an absolutely sparkling performance by Hungarian Robert Nagy, who scored 14 points paid tonight. But all in all, the important thing is that the Tigers record their second win in the Home Fire League, and that makes them unbeaten so far this season. We hope you've enjoyed it with all of us here on the Small Video Sport team, and until the next time, from me, Hugh Brown, and my co-commentator Mike Hunter, from Shawfield Stadium, it's goodbye.